Now, recently, the government expressed disappointment with its track record of transforming the country after a World Bank report showed that inequality had deepened since the dawn of democracy, with the country being the most unequal society. The gap between the haves and the have-nots shows up in educational outcomes as well between the IEB schools and the NSC institutions. Thandeka Gqubule-Mbeki visited two schools on the opposite ends of the divide.
This is the famous private school Sacred Heart. Its motto says, "It has a heart that knows no bounds." It is a Catholic Marist Brothers school founded in 1889 when the gold reef was being developed. First, it was a boys' school, then in later years it became co-ed. It is in observatory in the quiet heart of the city of gold. Distinguishing it among independent schools is its social contribution and inclusive community ethos. The principal is hopeful and proud.
I do think that it's very hard for parents to make good choices when they can't put bread on their table. So one of the things we try and do is we have an extensive scholarship program. We have a number of students. In fact, probably about 25% of our students at the college are on some form of scholarship or bursary or financial assistance, and for us that's critically important in terms of helping children move out of their particular situation. And I can think of probably 7 or 8 of our present matric learners who, by virtue of the fact that they now have a bachelor degree pass, can access higher education, and they are going to take their families out of that poverty cycle.
But it is a privileged environment that delivered stellar IEB results this year.
We're absolutely delighted that our students did very well. The 100% pass rate is something that we never take for granted, because there can always be something that goes wrong, so we're grateful for that. And we're particularly delighted about our 98% bachelor degree pass, which really is something that is a tribute to how hard our students have worked, and particularly the support that the teachers have given them. So we're very grateful and appreciative of the hard work from our school community.
This is Diepsloot Combined School, a bustling but disciplined institution in the middle of one of Johannesburg's most dense and poorest communities. With its 2,000 students, it is a public school, one of Gauteng government's high performers. The principal has reason to be proud.
For our school in particular, I will tell you, we start at 6:45. It's hard work. We are passionate about education. We love our children. I'll tell you, since 2001, the norm has always been, let us put in more energy. Let us assist our children in a place like Diepsloot. You always want to see.
What is that?
I'll tell you, this is an impoverished area of rural Johannesburg. In Diepsloot, you want to see children living shacks. We have always said, as an institution, we want our children after 4 or 5 years to leave these shacks, transform the shacks into better houses. We want our children to drive better cars than the cars that we're actually driving as teachers. We want these children to become employers and not employees. We want them to start big companies and begin to make South Africa a better place for all the people.
The school is punching above its weight and preparing for the 4th industrial revolution. It has sourced the services of volunteers to teach both robotics and coding.
Coding, yes, there is a company, there is a young man, Sibusokoza, who has made a proposal to come and start that with our children. That should have started. Unfortunately, it was towards a final examination that our kids had to do more practice to write examination. So probably he is actually bringing a company of his own to come and teach our children coding. There is a company, I've forgotten its name, but there is Dr. Sithole. He has already started that with the science learners, maths learners in our school at graduate level, robotics. The learners who were here, one child got 7 distinctions, 7 over 7, Seku. He was part of that group that started that last year. There is Mr. Machumele, our science educator, who is responsible for that, with Dr. Sithole.
Diepsloot Combined Schools results were good too.
We are saying to our children, this is the place where we need to change lives. It's the place where our children need to harvest from the hard work that they actually put in. We are at 89.89. 2017 we were...
Is 89.9 the general pass rate?
Yeah, the general pass rate is 89.89. Departing from 87% of last year. 43 of our learners got bachelors. They have got requirements to enter them into university.
43%.
43, the number of learners out of 94 learners. 43 got bachelors. 22 got diplomas. 15 got certificates. 9 of them actually did not make it. 5 of them modulated.
Before his presidency, President Cyril Ramaphosa built these 2 structures. These 2 institutions are just 2 among many holding hands across the social and economic divide. I'm Thandeka Gqubule-Mbeki, SABC News, Johannesburg.